Baby, we in the house tonight, baby. We got a Crush Groove episode. Fight number 4 in the building. Boy, I know y'all been biting my head off in the comment section. Coach, hurry up. Coach, you trying to get 100 at the door. Open up the door. We going to have, man, chill out for somebody mess around and get slapped around this joint because I don't play that mess. Anyway, we just having a good time, man. We having fun. Listen, man, this is it. Great way to kick off the season, man. We got 2 great competitors in the building. We're going to have a lot of fun, but here's the best part about it, y'all. We got some judges up in this joint. We got some judges off in here today. Ain't going to be no more chat. This, that, and the third, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. But real quick, got to do some house cleaning and some housekeeping up in here, man. For you guys that want to join the team, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. We have also opened up memberships here on this channel, man. So feel free to hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button. Check it out. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. Also, we just finished the first draft, the 25 for 250. Man, Coach got that dynasty team up in there. That dynasty. Them boys, I just told them in the thing, man, y'all just donated. Y'all just donated to the Hayes Foundation. It's done. It's done data. And we got another one coming tomorrow, and we got the one going live on Wednesday. Coach going to be on 4 days straight, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days straight. What? Matter of fact, I might go Friday for the week 0 games. Who knows? But anyway, I'm done with it. We're having a good time with it. Anyway, we about to get this thing started. We about to have a lot of fun. Real quick, let y'all know the rules to the game, man, up in this deal. We got 5 topics that we're talking about tonight up in here, right? The first 4 questions kind of put out there, but that 5th question is the stumper. The 5th question they get to come up off the dome with. They get to pick what they want to try to stump that opponent. We're going to make it happen. Now, I have to say this. My man, this is the Crush Groove series, right? Because we know Groove is everybody's favorite. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We know Groove is everybody's favorite, so you come on here, you give him the business. Now, Groove has come on. It's the 4th one. He's 2-1 right now. He slapped Hayden. He beat up LJ. Miami Flow gave him a black eye, but he says it's questionable. But at the end of the day, it's either an L or it's a W. He caught the L around there, so his black eye's gone. He ready to rock and roll up in this joint, man. But anyway, we about to get this thing going. I appreciate all these new members in here. We're going to really have it going. Let's go ahead and introduce the 2. We got the judges. Then we're going to make it happen. We're going to see what's going on. But let me go ahead and introduce the challenger off in here. I got to introduce the challenger, my man X in the building. X in the building. What's up, baby? Uh-oh, hold on. I had you on mute. What's up, X? Talk to me, man.
What's up? What's happening? What's happening? Kane fans, Gator fans, FSU fans. What's happening? Who are y'all?
Yes, sir.
South Florida. Oh, you hear me? You hear me right there, huh? Welcome to South Florida. Yeah, that's right. Had to tell Groove, welcome to South Florida, man. We don't play around here. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip, but the gunshine stay high. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K, stop hating this.
What's up with you, baby?
What's good, Coach? What's happening?
Down here, that foreign talk that can get you killed down here.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about, baby. X, you ready to battle in the digital ring?
Let's go, man. I'm ready.
All right, man. So listen, you better be prepared, my man. I gotta bring you.
Man. I'm focused.
I'm focused, man. I see you. Hey, I see you ready to rock and roll. Let me go ahead and bring in my man right here in the background in this thing. You see him? Yo, go ahead and talk to that boy up in there, man.
Lightning, thunder, it's the Storm Warning show on the come up with Big Groove and they black too. Have your popcorn ready when you come through. We talking hurricanes and how they making moves with pick 6 to the houses and big hits like ooh. Next man step up.
Yes, sir.
The motto.
Yes, sir.
Up a dynasty today for tomorrow. BCS wins in them poll rankings again. If you ain't heard about the U, then homie, where you been? It gotta be something in the water. Cause when it come to them trenches, you know the Canes is digging harder. If the legacy don't kill them, then the speed will. When you see that you on your schedule, just know that ain't gonna be no cheap thrill. Leave it all on the field. been doing that for years. Play the game like how you practice, that's what it is. Canes causing
Groove, you ready, baby?
Yes, sir. Let me get this done.
Game plan and run drills. Game on the line on fourth, we gon' go. They keep on coming up like the storm warning shoot. Yeah.
What's up, Groove, baby? You ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hit him with that dirty bird. I'm loving it, man. Well, listen, we got all the people in the building, man. We see right here. We got
Coach,
rolling. You get it?
Groove must don't know. Last time that Dirty Bird played in Super Bowl down here, they got spanked.
Oh, Lord. Listen, calm down, everybody. Both of y'all, calm down. Calm down. Let me tell y'all something, man. People want to know why. Hey, hold on, man. People want to know why we late. I'm telling y'all straight up. It was a Royal Rumble in the background. Folding chairs were everywhere. I seen people diving in the water. I'm trying to tell you, it was bananas back there. But I calmed it down. I'm ready to rock and roll. Are y'all ready to get this thing rocking and rolling, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, hey, y'all giving y'all rules in the dressing room, right? You told exactly what's going to happen. We know whatever come out to come out. We all going to be Kane fans at the end of the day. So can I get a you in this thing right here before we get started, man? Let me get a you in this thing. Always and forever, man. I know y'all guys friends. We're going to make it happen, man.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and chop this thing up. Let's get this thing started, man. We super excited. 170 in the building. Go ahead and go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way in and join the team. Cost you absolutely nothing. Woo, I'm fired up, y'all, and that cane juice biting. I told you when it's in the red cup, that thing potent. When it's in that doggone hurricane cup, yeah, I can go to work the next day. Ain't no pressure. Ain't no pressure. All right. We did the coin flip in the back. X, you up first, man. There's been a lot of
No. I keep seeing everybody asking me that. Okay, so that song is a song that I helped co-produce, an artist that I deal with. It's not Briscoe. It's not the homie Briscoe. It's a homie named Kane. He did the song for me, so.
There it is. All right, so my dog got his own theme music. They say every hero need their own theme music. So that's where we at right now. All right. So we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes on the timer. You understand me? So we can start that up to get your point across. If anybody likes to rebut a point, you have a chance to respond to that as well. If everybody understands me. Everybody got that? When you hear that, when you hear this, that means you start wrapping up your point. If not, I'm going to have to, if you dig me, ain't like the phone calls. I get it all the way in. All right, anyway. Somebody talking about the team I drafted, but y'all don't even know what happened. All right, here we go. So there's been a lot of talk about Coach Cristobal, the Miami Hurricanes coming to. Oh, yeah, no, they coming at the end. They ready. We're going to talk to them at the end. We ain't worried about that. I already told them we got judges. They coming at the end. They back there chilling. I sent cane juice to their house, so ain't no telling what the scorecard going to look like. And them boys are groovy right now. Yeah, well, no pun intended there, Groove. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing in. Oh, that is Dustbuster, dog. What we got going on back here?
That's my yard guy.
Tell them to tighten up, man. Crush groove on. Anyway, let's get this thing in, man. A lot of talk about Coach Cristobal coming to the Miami Hurricanes, $80 million dude, right? Comes in the first year. Arguably, probably the best coaching staff ever assembled, at least on paper. We know that. Comes in, goes 5-7. We all know that. That's a fact. It is what it is. The question to you, X, to start this off is Mario Cristobal the right man for the job for the Miami Hurricanes, X? Got 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mario Cristobal is definitely the right man for the job. When he came, he demanded something that no coach could ever get. You know, as far as financially support, 100%. He could make all the decisions by himself without them being involved. Came in first year, then he kind of shit the bed. He tried to hire an all-star coaching staff. It didn't work. Changed it up. Got some new other hungry guys who came in and got rid of the players that didn't want to buy into what he wanted, what he envisioned for the for University of Miami. So what he did was got guys in the portal, went and recruited a top 10 class, and brought in players who want to buy in. The culture has definitely changed. He's the right guy. He's the right guy. What would you say? How much million? 80 million?
80 million, right?
Okay, yeah, he's the right guy. I mean, yeah, he better be the right guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's the right guy. The school, the administration staff, the people with the big money who really funded it, they know he's the right man. Like, he demanded. He wasn't coming to Miami unless they was going to build a football facility, give him money that he could use to recruit, get coaches, whatever he needed. He was not coming to Miami. So he's the right guy for the
All right, so you got 30 seconds. Anything you want to add to that?
I mean, he better not shit this 80 million. You might need to put me on the staff. I'll take a couple mil. I can do that job or something.
All right, I got you. Well, apparently that sounds like that's all he got to say, Groove. I got to ask you this straight up question, dog. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. And I got various reasons why I disagree that he's the guy for the job. X, you brought up a point where he demanded the money to get NIL for the recruiting, get the staff, this, that, and the third, right? He had one of the best staffs in the NCAA last year. What did he do? He went 5-7. You talk about getting rid of this player and that player, but I can go back to a Hall of Fame coach in Mark Richt that was pretty much on his last leg that came in, taking over an Al Golden roster. Didn't really kick many guys off that, didn't get in trouble, things of that nature. Came in first year, won 9 games. Didn't have the money, didn't have the budget. He had to call players, and his son was the quarterbacks coach. Didn't really have the funds to put the staff together like he probably wanted to put the staff together. He won 9 games. Next year, he ended up winning 10 games. With the same, didn't have all this, he didn't have an NIL, he didn't have the transfer portal that can get kids that don't have to sit out. So I don't understand the excuses that Mario is getting, you know what I'm saying, for going 5-7. You came in Miami, supposed to be one of the top 10 coaches. You had one of the best staff, you went 5-7. With the transfer portal, where kids don't have to sit out, you could have rearranged your roster. There's no excuses. And that's the reason why I say that he's not the guy for the job, because he's doing less with more. You can't tell me that a Lane Kiffin, a Nick Saban, or anybody that caliber would have went 5-7 with all that talent we had at the University of Miami. You had TVD was up for the Heisman with potential first-round draft pick. You had all these you got an All-American safeties, and you go 5-7. You lose to Middle Tennessee State. You get embarrassed. You get embarrassed by Duke. You get embarrassed by Clemson. You get embarrassed by all these teams, and you're supposed to be a top 10 guy. He's not the guy.
Rebuttal to X. Any rebuttal to that?
Of course. Okay, so you use Mark Richt as, I guess, the scapegoat to say, okay, he came in to won 9 games, came in won 10 games. Mark Richt took over a roster that was kind of put together to win games.
Okay, but
hold on. He came in. When Mark Richt came in, the only thing Mark Richt had to do was recruit wide receivers, which he did. He had Amari Richards, and the other 2 guys didn't play. But he instantly said, I needed to put speed on the team. When Mario came in, Mario said, I don't got a roster that could play Division I college football. You seen the roster.
Hold on. That's that. You know what? That's cap, because I can recall on your show a couple of these guys that left you had on your show, and you was talking about how great they were.
I love them. No, I still love them to this day.
Hold on. So do not say that we didn't have the talent on the roster. When I seen a lot of these guys that left that had offers from Mario Cristobal at Oregon, they was on that same roster. So don't say that he didn't have talent.
So we gonna go.
Nobody was talking about Garcia. Everybody was praising Garcia, Ja'Cory Brown, TVD. We had nothing but 4 stars and 5 stars. Position.
So we gonna only talk about. So we only talk about the players.
Hold on. So Brashard Smith is one of the. So Brashard Smith not a good receiver. So Jacoby George.
Minute 30.
Rashard Smith ain't have a good receiver coach. Rashard Smith ain't have a good wide receiver coach. Don't give me that.
Hold on. His wide receiver coach put 3
Come on, X.
No, his wide receiver. He ain't no good wide receiver coach. Rashard Smith is. Rashad Smith is quoted right now to say, this is the best wide receiver coach I've ever had in his entire life. When you saying complete talent, you talking about
put 3 first rounders in the league. You can't
Come on.
nothing else.
You say who?
Hold up.
So
You said who?
He had 3 first-round draft picks at receiver at Arizona State. Look it up.
Okay, so
hold on. So
Rashad Smith is quoted saying he didn't have a good wide receiver coach. You said talent. The offensive line was trash.
So
was the offensive line like trash? We had a 6'1" guard. We had a 6'2" center.
So, but this same offensive line, put up 34 points a game the year prior.
And ran the ball for what? 3.2 yards a carry.
It don't matter. They had 34 points a game. They scored 34 points a game, and that was the bright spot.
Come on, lost games.
Hold on. If
we
our
lost
offense was so bad, why did he get a head coaching job at SMU? And you want to talk about
SMU not a big school. That's the school he was at before. He got that job. He was right there before.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean a thing.
It means big time. He was at SMU before he came to Miami.
I made my point.
All right, listen. When it comes to the rebuttals, no holds barred. You better get your point in. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm saying. Whew. Now that's some fire right there, fellas. I'm loving it. All right, here we go. Question number 2, Groove. This one is to you. We bring in 2 coordinators. You talked about coordinators and so forth and so on. Shannon Dawson comes in as the offensive coordinator here. Lance Guidry comes in. I know you've been vocal in regards to Lance Guidry a little bit. I need you to speak. Is Lance Guidry the defensive coordinator for the Miami Hurricanes? 2 minutes.
No, I do not think Lance Guidry is the guy for the job, for the simple fact that he's been a coach for 30 years, and he's never had a Power 5 coaching position, a position coach. He's never been a position coach. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about Marshall, this, that, and the third. Okay, Marshall is cool. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't playing top talent on a week-to-week basis. You know what I'm saying? And then just from that aspect, if you really go look at his resume, he ain't really done much. So you let go a guy in Charlie Strong that has the respect of every college coach in America and has a reputation with all the recruits. He helped put together one of the best teams in college football history at Florida. He's been a part of Nick Saban tree. He's been a part of that. But you want to, instead of going for Lance Guidry, instead of going for Charlie, you're going to go for Lance Guidry. Also, from a scheme standpoint, yes, he gets exotic. Yes, I do like the fact that he gets aggressive. But I don't think that kind of trickery is going to bode well with the type of caliber teams that we're going to play. Because I think we're going to have a problem with stopping and run because his defense is predicated on getting pressure and pass rush. Exotic blitzes, you know what I'm saying, guys standing up, crazy looks, and that and the third. But we're going to have to be able to stop the run. And I don't think that defense that he's going to put out there is going to be able to stop the run just from a schematic standpoint. You gotta be run first and pass second, and he's the opposite in his scheme. You can go back and look at, everybody want to talk about Notre Dame, go back and look at the Notre Dame game. He got pressure. But when we play teams, we're going to play teams like Clemson and Texas A&M and UNC, and those teams, they run the ball. And we're going to see if Lance Guidry is going to be able to stop the run, and I don't think he's going to be able to do so because he's a pass first, get to the quarterback first type guy.
X, talk to us, man. I think you're in favor of Coach Guidry. Talk to us, man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm definitely in favor of Coach Guidry. For one, Coach Guidry is basically a better version of the guy that he loves. And I'm down for it. He's a better version, way better version than the guy that you love. Okay, so one, he has a attack first defense. He doesn't let the offense dictate what they're bringing. He's going to make sure that they go off of what he brings. For two, you said something about he didn't get a Power 5 job. He had a misfortune that he got in trouble. You know, everybody it happens. He was offered Power 5 jobs, but he got in trouble. No pressure. He's here now. 3, the way he's going to use the defense as far as the talent level that we have, as far as James, Cam, Najee Kelly, he's going to allow those guys to do what they did best coming out of high school, which is make plays, not just sit there and make the play come to them. That's what your guy, Charlie Strong, along with his boy, was doing last year, which is why we was getting beat. So, yeah, I'm all for Gildry, speaking with him, speaking with the players. They say it's lights out way better than what they was doing last year. And for you to say Charlie Strong, he's on his last leg. He's on his last leg. Them linebackers barely listen to him. Great recruiter, though. Great recruiter. But them linebackers wouldn't listen to him like that. That's coming out their mouth. So I'm all for Lance Gidry. This defense right now, what he's bringing is basically what you see from winning programs, allowing that defense to make plays. You can't just sit there and say, okay, we're going to play this traditional defense style, which is what Steels and Strongs was doing. Granted, I ain't going to put all the blame on them, but it was their defense. So if their defense was getting beat, what's going on?
All right, sound like it's over. Would you like to rebut that, Groove?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Y'all got 2 minutes to get it in. If y'all gonna do it.
So you say Charlie, you pretty much down Charlie Strong and Kevin Steele, two some of the best defensive coordinators we've been seeing here in the past 30 years. For a guy that's never
So say that again. Say that again. 30 years. You said 30 years. We talking about last year.
That don't mean
okay.
that.
So say the last 5 years. Say the last 5 years. Say the last 5 years.
What has Lance Gildry done on a Power 5 level?
This is his first time on Power 5. That's it.
This is
his first time on Power 5. This is first time on Power 5.
If Kevin Steele wasn't that good, you think Nick Saban would go get him? It doesn't make sense, X. You talking about his scheme.
But you see, Alabama already has a system in place. They don't even need a coach.
He turned Cam Williams. He turned Cam Kitchens into an All-American.
Ooh,
it was
Coach Dye.
Coach Dye. There ain't no owls on here. Who you think? Kevin Steele.
Coach Dye.
Hold on. And what I don't understand, X, is you was one of the main guys last year praising Charlie Strong on how the kids respect him.
I love
how he was. Hold on. And how he was on the trail. He was on the trail.
I say he's a great recruiter. Great recruiter. The kids respect him. I'm telling you, the kids at that school right now, they were like, man, Charlie Strong is kind of, he don't know what he got going on.
And I call Cap.
You call it Cap. That's what that.
Because there's no way.
You call it Cap.
Tell me something that Lance Gidry does better than Kevin Steele.
I know one thing. When he left, players on that team that played linebacker.
Yeah,
man.
That's what kind of happened. What does Gidry do better than Kevin Steele and Steele? What does he do better?
He for one, he's going to allow the defense to make plays. Kevin Steele didn't allow the defense to make plays. Sit back in this certain cover 3 type defense and let the offense come to you. Oh, let's let Florida State keep running every counter in the world on you. That's what Kevin Steele did.
That is not true at all.
Did we not watch the same game?
Oh, man. All right. Appreciate it. Ding, ding, ding. Come on with it, man. Listen, man, y'all boys on fire right now. I see the judges back there. I think one of them fell out the cherry on that cane juice. I kept seeing his head go back. That boy that is ready, if you understands me. Real quick, let me see something right quick. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I got y'all. I see y'all boys. Y'all boys in the private chat. I'm slipping. All right, here we go. Let's talk real quick, man. Round 3 in this deal. There's been a lot of question because of the 5-7 record. A lot of Miami Hurricane fans were kind of blindsided by that in the sense of that was no one's expectation. No one expected us to go 5-7. We did. It happened. It's over. It's done. However, coming up this year, there's been a gutting of the coaching staff. There's been players that have been, have exited the program, and new guys have come in. We've got some good guys that have come in that's already been a part of the program. A lot of people are questioning what should the record be, what is considered success for this program, and what is not. X, you going first on this deal. What do you consider a successful program this year after being 5-7?
Okay, so I'm gonna give my realistic success, and then I'm gonna give what I think will happen. My realistic success is 8-4. I mean, that's not a successful season. It's a bad season. I'm just keeping it 100. It's a bad season. But my just thinking about looking at the record and what we have, I'm thinking, 10 games is kind of easy. Now, the reason why I say 8 wins first is because we just don't have that depth to go along with a full 12-game season. When I mean depth, you got to have about 60 to 70 players who can play on any given Saturday and compete. We don't have that. I think we have maybe, we're around maybe 35, maybe 40. I give 40 to compete every Saturday. And that's not saying who's going to be available as far as being injured and stuff like that. So I'm looking at it realistically. I'm not just saying, okay, well, yeah, we bought in all this. College football is tricky. Football is tricky. People get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, TVD was Heisman Trophy this last year. The man messed his shoulder up and still tried to play through it. He thought he was going to win the Heisman still. James Williams messed up shoulder. Y'all expect him to have All-American year. He got a bad shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being realistic. 8-4 is my realistic thing. But the fan in me saying we can win 10 games easy. And I'm going to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have the depth that Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, all these top teams have. These teams have 70 players. They can play on any given day. We can't. After we get to past 25, we like, let me see the roster. They looking at the roster saying who can they play. So that's just my realistic point.
So there it is. X. I'm sorry. Groove. On you.
So you saying you're okay with an 8-4 season? So you saying you're okay with that? Okay. So what are we rebutting then? Because I agree. I agree with that. You feel what I'm saying?
No. Remember when we talked and I said I think we'll go 8-4. And you were like, well, that's not a good season. I like, well,
no. Honestly, Groove feel like anything you got to start the timer. You got to start the timer.
My bad.
Yeah, I don't think you finna cheat. Groove, I feel anything less than 10 wins is a failure this season. For the simple fact that he's an $80 million coach. Like you said, $80 million. He has the transfer portal. He was able to flip this roster in his second year. How he felt. He has full range of this team, and he could have put together whatever type of roster he wanted to. Okay. Also, he could have went out and got any OCDC he wanted to. So anything less than that for a coach that's supposed to be a 10-win, a top 10 coach, anything less than 10 wins his second season is a failure. Because the simple fact that if you go look at the history of the so-called top coaches in college football, go look at Nick Saban's second year, 10 wins, 11 wins. Urban Meyer's, 10 wins, 11 wins. Hell, even what's my man name? Kirby Smart, went to the national title game. You got guys like Lincoln Riley, 10 or whatever, 11 wins. You got my guy over there, Ohio State, 10 wins, 11 wins. So, but Mario Cristobal gets the pass of only winning 8 games for what? How does he get a pass for that? Anything less than that is a failure because he had the range to flip this roster how he does. So great coaches play within what they got and they confines and they make players better. They they form to that player. They don't make the players form to them. So any good coach is gonna coach their way to those 2 extra wins if they feel like their team is lacking far as on the depth chart. So why can TCU head coach go to the national championship and Mario can't even win 6 games his first year? How does that feel? What's the reasoning? It's coaching. That's the difference. Mario has to coach.
X rebuttal.
All right, so I'm gonna just say this, Groove. I've been wanting to say this for the longest. Groove, you play football, you play sports. Mario is an offensive line coach. He's not a offensive coordinator. He's not a running back, quarterback. He's an offensive line coach. Stop trying to say he's not a good coach because he had a bad season. The man coached good seasons before. The one thing that y'all not understanding is Mario came here to build a program, not just have one good season.
It takes 5 years to build a program.
Okay, so Groove, it's 1 year. So you judging him off 1 year?
Hold on, Groove. Hold on, go ahead.
You judging him off 1 year? You gonna judge Mario off 1 year? You are. You judging him off 1 year? You are.
Yes, I'm judging him. Yes, because
I don't know what it's saying. You judging somebody off 1 year?
His first 4 year at his 4 year at Oregon. What did he go? What was his record?
His first 4 years.
His first 4 year at Oregon. What was his record?
He won 9 games. Oh, 9-2. Okay.
He won 9 games. So why he can't? And we have more talent on our roster than Oregon did when he took over.
So bet this. So check this. You called out a bunch of good coaches who from first year to second year earlier. Butch Davis, probably one of the best coaches UM ever had. Talent evaluation ever had.
Butch Davis was a horrible game day coach, just like Mario was.
Oh, okay. Butch Davis he went 5 and 6. He went 5 and 6, right? But then he created what he did. He created a program.
Dog. Butch Davis and Mario's situation is 2 different situations. Butch Davis because he had to deal with sanctions. Butch Davis didn't have a transfer portal to deal with. He can flip his roster.
We talking about coaching.
It matters. That matters.
We talking about coaching and evaluating talent, right?
Okay, but my thing is, I don't think that he would have been 5 and 6 his first year if he had the transfer portal at his disposal. Mario Cristobal has all the advantages more than any previous coach
he
ever had.
You keep saying this. He had players who didn't want to buy into his program. How can you coach somebody who don't care about what you got going on?
Your job is to get your players to buy in.
Guess what? If they don't want to buy in, what you gonna tell them?
Your job as a head coach is to get them to buy in.
No. Come on, girl. This is not the 1990s. This 2020. You cannot make a kid buy into your program. You know that.
You have to have a system.
No, you can't. If they can buy into your program, the transfer portal would never be invented.
So answer this question. So why Nick Saban offense changed?
It's over. Don't worry about it, baby. The rebuttal is over, man. Woo, it's getting hot in here. Keep on all your clothes because coach don't want to see none of that stankness, if you ask me. Listen, I'm loving it right now. These boys going toe-to-toe. These boys standing tough on their square. They standing tough on their ground. Listen, we having a good time, man. This is all about entertainment. We having a great time. It's fun. I appreciate y'all, man. Judges, put your score in the private chat. I meant to say that. Put your score in the private chat so we know so I can tally that deal up off in here, man. We got 345 people in the building watching this go down, boy. The rumble in the jungle. The digital folding chairs are going everywhere, if you ask me. And I'm loving it, man. Matter of fact, I just saw somebody jump in the river over there, man, because they didn't want to take no more of that whooping.
Oh, man. I'm coming from. I got my folding chair with me, too.
I see a dude swimming across the thing trying to give Groove one right now. Duck, Groove, duck, Groove. Watch out, boy. Aquaman coming. He trying to get you, dog. Anyway, we having a good time with it, man. We already in the round 4 of this deal. Remember, the 5th round is the stump round. They get to ask their own question to their opponent. Right now, recruiting is at its all-time high. Right before the season goes off, we're seeing a bunch of recruits commit. There's been a lot of questions in regard to the recruiting world, knowing that Coach Cristobal, that is definitely, I would say, one of his fortes, right? That he is known as an elite and aggressive and no-nonsense recruiter. If you can ever get to your mom's living room, it's done data. That's what he's kind of known for. So far as recruiting standards, Groove, starting with you on this one. Do you think the Miami Hurricanes recruiting standards are where they should be right now?
No, I don't think so. Right now, at this point, they're not at the standard. We've missed out on a lot of top guys that we've had on campus multiple times. We just had a huge whiff this past weekend that was pretty much kind of in the bag at one point, and they fumbled the ball. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing this lately. And this goes back to one of my previous Crush Group segment when I was going against Flo, when I was telling him he kept the wrong guy. You feel what I'm saying? You see a tremendous drop-off right now with DeMarcus Van Dyke not on that staff with these guys that are on here. You feel what I'm saying? You got one guy, the D tackle, that I was begging for him to get off, get fired. He whiffing on players left and right. You feel what I'm saying? And then what happened to this wall in South Florida? What happened to this wall that everybody was talking about that Mario was going to put a fence around? if you really want to be real, it seems like we're losing more kids than we've had under Rick, under what's my man name? Diaz, and you know what I'm saying? It seemed like it. You lost all your top receivers. All your top receivers are gone from last class. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't hitting on no quarterback. We got a quarterback. We got a 4-star quarterback in Tampa right now. That's don't even have Miami in their top 5. But we got the Judd kid that is not doing really good. I'm not dogging the kid, but he's not doing well. I think we could recruit better in that position, and we've been failing at the D tackle position this cycle and the quarterback. We don't have a marquee guy at the position at the 2 positions of needs, quarterback and D tackle, because after TVD gone, I like Jakar, but he's gonna have to improve on passing. And then when LT leave, who we got? So we praying and wishing that we can flip some guys and hopefully Stone pick us soon. But right now, he made a big mistake by not getting DVD, keeping DVD on staff, and you seeing the remnants and Rue has money out.
Boy, my man X rubbing his hands together. You know, that's that money rub right there. You see Birdman. You see Rick Ross do it. I think my man X ready to eat because I think recruiting is his forte. X, 2 minutes, dog.
All right, so here we go, recruiting. It's funny because everybody go crazy about us not getting the big guys. Okay, yeah, we whiffed Saturday on Kamari Franklin. We whiffed on Justin Scott. That's one position. You know what I'm saying? That's one position that everybody kind of focusing on and not realizing that Mario is basically allowing a guy named Alonzo Highsmith to evaluate the NFL talent that he thinks in his head can be successful at UM and go on to the NFL. That's the one thing I'm sticking to. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, we need 5-star this. Alonzo Highsmith is been in the NFL for years, grabbing kids from all type of colleges and turning them into pros. He's the guy that's really looking at this talent. So when you look at our number 15 recruiting ranking right now, I mean, I don't even know why people pay attention because it's August 15. Okay, no problem. You look at our ranking, you like, yeah, we ain't getting. These are the guys that Alonzo Highsmith said, hey, let's go, coach. I think these guys can help us win, and we can create them or develop them to be NFL caliber players. It don't necessarily got to be all 5 stars. Obviously, you want all 5 stars. Yeah, you want them. But if a guy that's been in the NFL as a GM to bring in talent, I'm going to ride with him. I ain't ride with these recruiting sites. These recruiting sites, you got 100% of them ain't never played sports in their life. They dictating off of ability, not actually what they do. This guy right here, Alonzo Highsmith, he dictate off of what they actually do. That's why I'm not worried. But you're right, we did miss. We missing. I'm not gonna speak on that one guy you keep saying. That's the homie. I love my dude. I can't do that. I'm not speaking on him.
Okay, so
there it is. Rebuttal there, Groove.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you see, this is the thing I don't understand. This has been going on with a lot of other Kane guys that's doing the YouTube thing, man. Y'all dog these previous coaching staff, not just talking about Diaz. I'm talking about Rick and all this, and you've been a real advocate on doing this. You talk about how they ain't getting the top guys, right? But now you're talking about where they evaluating guys, and you ain't gonna get every 5-star. You got to get this and that and third. So why wasn't we having the same energy in the past? Because they wasn't evaluating talent for themselves. They was like, let me look at what you mean, Groove. I've been a part of this program. I've been a part of this program for 10 years. Okay, so hold on. Didn't Gregory Russo start out as a 3-star receiver?
Okay, you got one anomaly.
Okay,
you got one anomaly.
John Ford was a 3-star D tackle.
He was 4-star. He was borderline 4-star.
He was a 3-star. Ain't no borderline.
He was borderline 4-star. Okay.
They developed him to what? A draft pick. Then you just had DJ Ivy, a kid that everybody was dogging, all this and that third. They evaluate. They got him in there. He got to the
and the guy that you don't like, just got him drafted. So
he didn't get him. Hold on. So oh my God, come on. We're not even going to that.
The guy that you don't like got him drafted. So again, like I say,
you now you have this godly patience on just because Alonzo Highsmith is evaluating talent. Like, come on,
but dude, if this guy can work for the NFL and he can get players Pro Bowls, All Pros, you're not gonna go off of his judgment, or you gonna go off of a 24/7 judgment?
It's not about 24/7 judgment, bro.
It is.
But
it is because
so why did you previously say we're gonna have the best ranked class ever if stars don't matter?
I never said that. I never said that. I said if. I said if. Comprehend if.
So why do stars matter then? Stars don't matter.
All right, it's over. It's over. Ding, ding. Mother loving Bing. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm hearing, guys. I really am. This is awesome. This is the barbershop talk people be wanting to hear. This is you should have got it in them 2 minutes, Groove. Should have got it in them 2 minutes. For everybody that's out there donating stuff, I'm going to definitely hit you at the end. I don't want to break the flow, but I do appreciate you, especially guys becoming members. Thank you. All right, man. That was very interesting. I have to say. You talk about recruiting, right? And you see that kind of stuff all the time. I think both of you guys made very valid points in both ends. I'll leave that question alone.
No,
I have to say this. No, because it's not part of it. I'll talk about it afterwards. I'll say it afterwards. Let's go to this piece right here. We're in the 5th round, right? This is the haymaker round. I have to say, guys, according to the judges, I think it's close. According to the judges, I think this got to be a haymaker round. This got to be 2 minutes of some Cuba Gooding Jr. just swinging at the L. I need somebody to come off the top rope, baby. Some Jimmy Fly Snooker, the Von Erichs. Old school Groove. You probably weren't even around when the Von Erichs was out. You probably exactly. You probably can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
WWF era. I was an Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan era. The Bushwhackers.
Yeah, but you don't know. But I bet you don't know what he was called before the Ultimate Warrior.
No, I do not.
The Flamingo Kid. See, stay off me now, Groove. Watch out there now. Coach know all about it. I know all about it. All right, here we go. We're going into the 5th. I try to give you a chance. We got to flip a coin on who's going to go first on this deal because you are the challenger, X. I'll go ahead and let you get the deal, man. What you call it? Heads or tails, brother?
I'm heads, man. I'm always heads up, baby.
Damn. Tails it is, bro. Unfortunately. Tails it is. He lost. Okay, so you want him to go first. All right. X. It is your opportunity to ask the question. Once you finish asking it, I will start the timer, and you have 2 minutes to do it. If X you want to rebut it, you're more than welcome, and then we'll go right vice versa.
Oh, so I'm gonna ask him the question, and
you ask him the question.
Once he answer, then I have a chance to rebut him.
Yeah,
just like we did before. Instead of me asking the question, you just asking it. No big deal. That's all.
Okay.
Wait on you, X.
Oh, okay. I ain't see the clock. Okay.
Well, it's gonna start once you finish asking the question.
Okay. So Groove, you very animated about your dislike of Mario. He getting this amount of money. You think if he's getting paid this much, you think he's supposed to be a top coach. You're disappointed. He went 5-7. We all know that. Everybody's disappointed. Why was your support for a certain guy so much higher than what this guy is doing? Like, explain why. Like, what's the difference? Because you say a certain guy, you didn't think he got enough time, but we gave him 3 years. And then this guy got 1 year, and you like, well, shit, he's supposed to win 12 games. I mean, explain why is he supposed to win 12 games in 1 year, and your guy couldn't win 12 games in 2 years? Like, come on, explain that.
Okay. The reason why I hold Mario to a higher standard than I hold Manny Diaz is because the simple fact that Manny Diaz was a first-time head coach taking over a program, right? Okay. First year, he went 6-7. He had a lot of close games. I think we lost one game by no more than we average loss was like 7 points. Second year, COVID year. Yeah, the guy now had a 4-3 record. He went 8-2. You know what I'm saying? But everybody harp on the North Carolina game, but failed to talk about the fact that we went 8-2 minus the circumstances. Third year, he had the same amount of injuries that Mario Cristobal dealt with his first year. But you know what he did? He was able to rally the troops and go on a 6-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? And make it to a bowl game. That got canceled You feel what I'm saying? Your starting quarterback got hurt. Nobody was using that as an excuse. You was one of those guys that wasn't giving them that excuse. You was just talking about the guys was trash, the coach is not good, this, that, and the third, me ass, all that stuff. And okay, so Mario Cristobal, he's a 13-year head coach. I expect him to be more organized, and he put together a staff on paper that should have won 8 games without even trying. That's why my standard for Mario is a lot higher than Diaz, because Mario had more time on the job. I don't expect Man and Diaz to win 12 games his first year or 9 games his first year. His second year, he showed improvement. Third year, he was riddled with injuries. He didn't get time. He didn't get a chance to get a full team in under his belt, because you got to think, he didn't recruit none of the offensive guys at first. You feel what I'm saying? That wasn't a lot of his guys. He didn't have enough time. He was the DC, not the OC. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why I hold Mario to a higher standard.
Yeah, any rebuttal to that there, X?
Oh yeah. I was waiting for that last comment that he just said. He didn't recruit. Who? Man, Manny Diaz was the assistant head coach. Everything went through him. If they wanted a player on that team, he had to go through that guy. Look, Manny Diaz was put in the perfect scenario. He took over a team he was already on.
How?
He took over a team that he was already on, Groove, for 3 years.
That doesn't mean
means everything.
That doesn't mean
every player on that team, he agreed to be on that team. Every player he wanted.
I'll answer this question. Who was this leader of his team? Who was the quarterback? Name me the 3 quarterbacks that was on this roster when he took over?
Cozy, Jared Williams, and the big tall guy who left. I forget his name.
My point.
What Groove?
Hold on. What did Manny leave?
No.
Hold on. What did Manny?
He's the associate.
Hold
on.
He's the associate head coach.
What did Manny?
He's the associate head coach. He agrees to everybody's on that team.
Answer the question.
He agrees to everybody on that team, Groove.
Answer the question.
That was his team. Groove, it was the same situation.
No, it was not.
It was the same situation that Jimbo took over.
He didn't leave him on the TVD.
Look, when Jimbo took over FSU, it was the same situation.
And what did Jimbo do?
Jimbo won. Your guy did.
He didn't go 5-7. He made it to a bowl game.
He did not win.
He didn't get blew out by 20.
So now the citizen is going to a bowl game.
Mario Cristobal has done less than Manny Diaz had on the
Mario Cristobal got to win 12 games, but your guy just got to go to a bowl game.
It's you comparing a first-time head coach. You comparing a first-time head coach to a 13-year head coach.
I'm comparing the coach that took over a team that he was already on.
That's like comparing a first-year rookie to LeBron James. You can't do
already on the team, Groove.
That's not.
Groove, if I give you a Lambo.
He doesn't make the final decision.
It's over. It's over, Ding. Mother-loving Ding. Woo! We talking about a flurry, baby. And I ain't talking about a McFlurry. I ain't talking about no snow flurry. I'm talking about a cane flurry, baby. Let me take a sip of my cane juice.
Can I ask my question now?
As soon as I finish, ding, ding, sit on your stool and wait your turn. We got to let the ring girl go around. Listen, this thing is some fireworks in the city, baby. 397 people in the building. Let's get that thing to 400 real quick. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We got the judges in the back. I see a dude just crawling out his chair. He might have been asleep the whole time. I don't have no clue. But what I do know, this last question about to come up from Groove. Groove, please ask your question.
We finna finish this off. All right.
Hold on. I got it. Hold up. Hold up now. I got my striped shirt on.
Let's go.
All right. It's your opportunity now, Groove. This is your last stump question. Ask your question. Once you finish asking your question, you'll have 2 minutes to answer, 2-minute rebuttal. Then go to your neutral corners, and we'll tally up the marks. Go ahead. Ask your question.
I'm going to pick it back on what you asked me. So my question to you is, hold on. My question to you is, why do you give Mario such a pass than you give Diaz? Why do you give him such a pass? Why do you give him more so a pass than you do Diaz? Why do you give him such a pass?
Okay, start the clock, coach. Listen, again, Diaz was the coach on a team already given to him. He coached that team. Every player on that team, he agreed to say, I want you to come to UM.
No Groove.
He agreed to every player on that team. So by you saying, oh, well, he didn't get this quarterback, he was the associate head coach. He has to agree. So by him agreeing, guess what? He wanted them on the team. I seen you tweet something to, I think the day or yesterday you were saying, oh, yeah, Diaz did a good job in the transfer portal. Okay, Diaz, why you didn't go get a quarterback if you needed a quarterback?
Okay.
I mean,
Groove is his 2 minutes.
So it's like, if he is the coach, the associate head coach, meaning next to Mark Richt, he's right next to Mark Richt. Every player on the team, he has to agree with. If he doesn't want to agree with it, guess what? They ain't coming. He did that. I was there looking at them guys say, okay, these are the players we want. They get them. They don't get them. No pressure. But you trying to hold him, and he was here for 6 years. Mario was here for 1 year. You said, oh, Mario, you got to win 12 games.
How long has
How is that even possible?
How long has Diaz been how long was Diaz a head coach?
Hey, hold up. Ding. He got his 2 minutes.
He stopped.
No, he ain't stopped. He was jabbing.
Diaz was the coach of the team. He was the DC for 3 years. He got handed the keys for another 3 years, and he shit the bed. But you trying to hold our new coach to a 12-game standard, but you couldn't hold your same coach to that same standard. What like? I mean, make sense of it.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so X, I just got some nice info. That is a lie. Diaz was not the assistant head coach. He was not the assistant head coach. He did not make those decisions. He was not the assistant head coach. At the end of the day, doggone Mark Richt made the final decision on the offensive players. He gave Manny Diaz the free range to the defense. So answer this question, X. I wonder why you never brought this up. Manny Diaz wanted Tutu Atwell, but the staff said no.
I don't know nothing about he wanted Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, okay, I know.
I don't know nothing about that. I mean, I could call Tutu Atwell and see if he wanted him, but
I know he wanted him.
I mean, I could call. Do I have to call Tutu and say, "Hey, Tutu, did Manny Diaz want him?"
I'm gonna kind of rebuttal on what you're saying. Okay, my thing is this: you're trying to compare a first-time head coach to a guy that's 13 years in the game, a head coach. X. You know, it's a big difference between it being a DC than having full range of the doggone team. It's a big difference.
Wait,
if you say it's not, you don't know a thing about football.
But Groove, I just made the same comment about Jimbo getting the keys at Florida State, and guess what? Once he got the keys, they went up.
So why Mario got the keys and what he do?
When Manny Diaz got the keys,
and what he do?
It didn't go up or down. It was like, we still gonna be mediocre.
How was we mediocre?
We weren't mediocre with Diaz.
Hold on. Let me run off some stats to you. You know, Manny Diaz's entire time at the University of Miami, he only lost 4 games by a total of 20 points.
Oh, so hold
on. You
trying to accommodate how many points they lost by? Trying to accommodate how many points they lost by? Okay,
15 seconds. Get it going.
Hold on. In 1 year under Mario Cristobal, we lost 6 games by 20 points.
Look, last year was bad, but I know if a coach be here for 6 years and it being worse, I don't want you. That's just plain and simple.
So you okay with a coach that got 13 years and all these titles under his belt and go 5 and 7? You get blew out by
his first year. Look, dude, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with his first year.
It's over.
You know who never lost a pick?
I'm out of control. Groove out of control.
I'm not okay with his first year.
Come on now.
The whole shit out of control.
I'm not giving him the same time that I gave your guy. Your guy's been for 6 years.
So how many years? Hold on. How many years Mario?
Mario been in Miami for 1 year.
How many years Mario should get? How many years Mario?
I lost control, y'all. I lost control.
At least 3. If Manny got 3, he should get 3.
So if Mario not winning by year 3, he should be fired. Yes or no?
Something got to be done.
That ain't my question. Does he need
something
to be
fired? I'm not going on record for that because I still got to go down.
I got you. Well, I'm going on record. Year 3, if he ain't 10 wins this year, we ain't at 10 wins. He need.
I mean, hey, only thing I'm saying is I can't give him the 6-year time that I gave your guy.
It's over. Hold up. Y'all go to y'all neutral corners. Let me be the man for a minute. Whew. Y'all cats, I love y'all. What a fight. What a debate. What a battle. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I put a poll up there. I put a poll up. Said, who do you think is winning? X-Man, 73%, the Groove, 27%. But that doesn't matter because we got judges. That doesn't matter because we have judges. I'm going to bring these guys in first. I want them to talk about their piece, regardless of whatever. Then I'll read off the results. You know I got to stretch it out. I'm a YouTuber. Cut it out. All right, here we go. Bringing in my first judge for the night. Woo, this is exciting. Bringing in my first judge for the night.
My boy.
Get out of here. Y'all go in the back and lick your wounds. T2Y in the building. What's up with you, baby?
Coach, bring me in a second. My girl using a blender.
Oh, somebody got blended, huh? Somebody got put in the blender. I get it. I like it. Somebody got that. What you trying to say? Your lady was listening to the battle and she heard somebody got put in the blender. Is that what you're saying?
Hold on, a little bit. Babe, you done with the blender?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I got it.
Talk to me, man, without giving your results. What did you think about this battle tonight?
Man, it was phenomenal. It was definitely phenomenal. Very entertaining. I took notes. I wrote down from all rounds, all vital points, made this decision. I didn't even look at the chat. I tuned them out completely. Didn't even I got it up, but I never looked at them because I don't want nobody swaying my thoughts and decisions.
All right. Also, I brought in my dog, my Ace Boone Coon over here. I don't know what he got going, boy. That boy over there looking like Chuck Woolery over there with the 2-2. V12 in the building. Talk to us, man, without giving your results. What do you think of this battle, man? My dog's stuck right there. He in cyberspace right now, T2. Until he come back, I don't know what he got going on. Oh, you back. You good. You good, 12. Talk to us.
You gotta unmute yourself.
You mute yourself, 12. Well, I tell you, boy. Got to put my dog in the background, boy. But boy looking lost over there. They said my dog got a flip phone. Sign language, that thing, man. Everybody else be faking.
They say you using 1G.
I can hear you loud and clear. Log out and log back in. We'll come back to you. All right, here we go real quick. So like I say, T2I on the real note, these are fun. These are all about entertainment. Like I said, I'm just calculating. Look at this. I'm all over the place, man. I'm just calculating this stuff right here. What is going on, bro? V12 done messed up my doggone thing. But anyway, hey, man, you lead the show right now. Anyway, while we calculating the score up in this deal, where do you think the most interesting question was? Real quick. Something that we hear all the time.
Manny versus Mario. Manny versus
It seems like it never goes away, right? That man been gone 2 years now. Well, a year and a half.
I think we'll get a better assessment in year 3.
We get a better assessment then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it always leads back to this for some reason. It always leads back into this for whatever reason. I have no clue. But like I said, man, for some reason, Manny Diaz is the gift that keeps on giving. The dude don't ever seem to go away. 12, you in the building? I can hear you. Can you say something?
Yeah, we can't hear.
We can't hear you, 12. I don't know what you got going on. Might have just use your phone, bro. Just use your phone. Not gonna take long.
They might have
so
to
anyway,
get out the headphones.
Yeah, I don't know what you got. Like you got them out of Walgreens. That's my dog, though. Anyway, like I say, Manny Diaz is the gift that keeps on giving for whatever reason it is. The guy's gone. He keeps coming back. People like to make those comparisons. Hey, is their fight? They more than welcome to fight that fight. I get it. I totally understand. But at the end of the day, hey, I want to make sure we brought this thing in. Now, if he don't work this time, we're going to give him the axe. I can hear you, 12. We cannot hear you.
You got to lose the headphones.
Yeah, lose the headphones or something. Use your phone. Use your phone. Dog, hey, he got that Carroll City Spectrum, that Carroll City Xfinity over there. You know that boy off 195th round there. He tripping. That boy off 195th. Ain't nobody hearing you, man. Nobody paying you no attention. But anyway, let me go in and get into this thing. I'll talk about it. Let me bring the two guys back in, and we'll go ahead and do this right here. Whew, that was a good battle, fellas. I have to be honest with you. I really appreciated what y'all did. Thank y'all for coming on, having fun with it. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, man, it's all love, man. Groove, that's the homie, man. That's the homie, man. Y'all don't get it twisted. That's the homie. Hey, I think me and Groove had the first idea of bringing boxing gloves to the tailgate because there was so much going on. I was like, you know what? We need to bring some boxing gloves to Groove. Like, hey, get these. These are the perfect ones. I was like,
all right, here we go. Here we go. I'm holding your hands right now. The judges score it 48-47. 49-46.
Ooh.
Winner by unanimous decision. Big Groov.
That's crazy. They got me. Yeah.
Oh Lord, Big Groov in the building. Oh Lord, I done removed the hole. Let me add them back. I'm coach out of control. Everybody out of control. I'm gonna have the judges come up real quick.
Yeah.
That boy Big Groov in there.
Hey, long as Groove don't come to like that, man.
Big Groov with the dancing. That boy even got his shirt on. Big Groov. Sit.
Hey, man, I can't believe this dude.
Big Groov. I ain't gonna lie, we gotta hit it one more time.
Why you stupid?
Oh, that's hilarious. Big Groov in there, man. That's too funny, man. Let me go ahead and bring everybody on in here, man. Hopefully V12 in the building. He working. Let me bring my man back in.
What you got?
We out of
now you work. He loud and clear. All right, listen up real quick, man. Big Groov. Like I said, the unanimous decision was 49-46, 48-47 on the scorecard. Big Groov over there dancing out of control. Listen, let's talk to the judges right quick. It was close, I have to be honest with you. D12, you had a 48-47, really X losing by really 1 point. What was the deciding factor?
Yeah, for me, I thought Groove really hit it on the head. I think there's a greater expectation to be placed on Mario Cristobal versus Manny Diaz. And I think Groove laid it out methodically with respect to his opinions and thoughts. Yeah, Manny Diaz, he was given the keys to the old school dunk, but Mario Cristobal is the Ferrari, is the Bentley. So it's supposed to shine better. It's supposed to move better. It's supposed to.
So Mario got a Ferrari with
let me finish. Hold on.
Toyota with a Toyota engine. That's what y'all was
trying to. Hold on.
I got this, coach. I got this. What I'm saying is there's a greater expectation. You can't tell me when you got a bag of 80 million, there's a greater expectation for Mario Cristobal. We all know that. And if you don't know that, we kind of acting like we're a little bit delusional. We threw 80 million at this man to have a 5-7 season. That's not remotely competitive, X.
It ain't. I hate.
Right, so my point is, that's what kind of edged it out a little bit. Now, X, you gave a phenomenal battle. Y'all both.
Listen, it was a great battle.
Kings fans, and I'm proud of y'all, man. I
just don't want y'all to I just don't want y'all to think that Mario was giving the keys to a Ferrari because he wasn't. Right?
I said a dunk.
Well, he didn't have a dunk.
Real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me get the T2Y. T2Y, you also had it by a very small margin of victory. What were your thoughts as you took notes in the background, man?
All right, so I wrote down each round, what each round was about, and I wrote down who won each round and everything like that. I'm not going to necessarily say who won each round. Obviously, we know who won the match totally. First one was about Mario. I thought Groove had a lot of good points, based on Mario's history, based on, what was given to him when he came in here. Second round was about Charlie Strong. I definitely think Charlie Strong was a stronger recruiter. We went and got Godric. He good. He can scheme up this, that, and third. But recruiting-wise, we could see the downfall from going from a Strong to a Giedrick. So if we had bring in, Strong, I think recruiting-wise, you would see a huge difference right now. So I definitely gave that second round a Groove. The third round was about wins. Mario winning 5 games, and what eventually got us there. And a lot of y'all were talking about the buy-in and the players not, necessarily being Mario's first year guys. Groove had some points on that, but I gave that round an X. The fourth round was about recruiting, and obviously, we went downhill this season. Now, a lot of people could say it's because of NIL or whatever reasons it was, but eventually you gotta say we had the best weekend ever in college football history for the Miami Hurricanes, June 9th, and we land not one of those guys. Had Manny Diaz not lying, none of them guys, we would have killed them. Mario's getting a pass right now. I could see it, and I could take myself out of the bias and everything on that. So I definitely can side with Groove on that. We had multiple 5-stars. We got none of them. David Stone is the only one left on the board, and we probably won't even get him to Oklahoma.
No, he's not the only one left. It's like it's still like 6 5-stars that we can play for. But
okay, so we won for 6, 1 for 7. Now, on your point about bringing in, a guy from the NFL level, recruiting wise and evaluation and everything like that. Had Manny Diaz gotten all these 3-stars, we would have killed them. But we giving Mario a pass because, the evaluations, and we could turn all these 3-stars into 5-stars and NFL guys. We wouldn't have gave Manny that chance. We wouldn't even gave him that talking point. So I definitely can agree that last round you kind of split it.
And it's cool. Like I say, look, I can't really get into detail with the recruiting. You know what I'm saying? But we shit the bed for a couple 5-stars. We shit the bed for Kamara and Franklin. We shit the bed for.
I want to say this too on the point that you made about the guys that we had on the Manny Diaz. Mario also recruited those guys. They was all takes to Mario also.
Which guys? Which Mario? You got to be specific with which guys.
Jalen Knighton was recruited by Mario.
Okay, and Jalen Knighton wasn't going to leave. He left because a certain coach was still here.
Wide receiver, Romello Brinson, all those guys was recruited by Mario.
He left because a certain coach was here. Yeah, that's on Mario. I blame Mario on it because he could have.
Okay, so those guys.
He could have let those coaches go.
What I'm saying is, none of those guys that he recruited actually bought in for him when he came here. So that's
no.
Too.
The guys when Mario got here, he recruited. The only 2 that left was Rogers and Chris Graves. Everybody else stayed here. Don't say the guys
recruited those guys took Oregon.
But everybody recruited those guys. Don't do that. Everybody recruited those guys. Everybody recruited Jaden Knight.
No, but what I'm saying is if those guys had told Mario yes at Oregon, you think he would not have taken any of them?
They probably would have been in a different scenario. Like, you can't put Miami scenario with the same as Oregon scenario.
Listen, what we going to do, I get it. I love the fact y'all going back and forth, but we having fun with it. I know I appreciate it. We having a good time. Y'all boys can have it, man.
One more thing, Coach.
Yeah, finish the point. I got to protect the judges. Had we had Hire Strong as a defensive coordinator,
The defensive recruiting right now would have been totally better. We saw what happened last year when we had him. We're not going to say Mario was the only guy, the only factor that brought in all those defensive players.
I agree. He looks strong. Us
going from a legendary strong to Guidry, an upcoming guy, we took a toll in recruiting. If we had Strong now, I would definitely say we would have a better class at the moment.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you care more about the class? I mean, and Groove posts this all the time. Do you care more about the class, or do you care about the wins? Which one you want?
I want to say this. All those guys that we whiffed on, we cannot say that our guy from the NFL, Alonzo Highsmith, didn't evaluate these guys and say these guys was a tape.
He wanted them. I said we whiffed.
Exactly. So
hold on. So we're having a good discussion. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Let me ask you a question because I don't think
one more thing. I really want to get it out. Hypothetically, I think if we had Strong as a defensive coordinator, half of those guys that we whiffed on, we would have got it. Hypothetically.
All right, let me jump into this. Let's ask these questions as we have fun with this. Why do we think that we're whiffing on these guys when Coach Cristobal is known as the elite recruiter that he is? Why do you think if he was at Oregon, he would have landed those guys? And why is he not landing them here with the influx of money that we receive? And everybody knows about it so far as the $300 million. Why do you think? I mean, the facilities are beautiful. It is the crib. We all know what the 305 about, right? Palm trees, bikinis, and whatever else. But if you understand what I'm saying. So with that being said, with that great recruiting weekend, why didn't we land any of those elite 5 stars in your opinion?
The reason why I feel like, because I don't think the kids trust Guidry. He doesn't have a real body of work to show them. What can he show a 5-star guy on film to say, oh yeah, this the guy that was in my system. He was a 5-star, this, that, and the third. I did this to him, and this is where he's at. Charlie Strong can point to specific guys at different positions to say, hey, I had this guy, I had this defensive player, I had that offensive, I had this defensive, I had this cornerback, I had this safety, and look what they did. Look what I did with them, and look where they at now. He can go even at Louisville. He can go at Louisville. Hey, look, I had one of the best defenses in the nation when I was at Louisville. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember a lot of the guys that he had because he took some guys from Miami, some couple of linebackers. Good linebackers. Mm-hmm. I think Keith Brown was his name, something like that.
Keith Brown.
That was your guy, Coach.
Yeah, from Nolan.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's the difference. That's why we're not landing a lot of these guys. Let's be real, fellas. Everybody in the chat. Let's be real. If you got Guidry recruiting your kid and you got Charlie Strong recruiting your kid, who you gonna send your kid to? You gonna send your kid to an unknown, or you gonna send them to a known?
So hold on, let me rebut that. I want to rebut that. And Lord knows I hate going this way with it. But G5 Billy is getting some guys, and he a G5 dude.
He's getting major guys, and that's the crazy part. It's like, but to his credit, he's a G5 guy that comes in pretty much primarily with a G5 staff. I may be wrong. I don't know all of the Florida staffers. But G5 staff. You're right. He got a few little pieces here and there, but he got G5 staff.
But what I'm saying is, but to my point is, I don't think any of those guys on his staff, except maybe Corey Raymond, has the same level of recruiting prowess that Mario Cristobal has. In the sense of, like, when he walk in the living room, it should be a done deal. Besides Corey Raymond, that I know of.
Yeah, you're right.
So my question is, if they can do it, let's be honest. Mike Norvell, he a G5 dude. Now, he did what he had to do last year. I get it. But I'm just saying, I see other G5 guys doing it. So I don't necessarily say, I get where you're coming from in comparison to Charlie Strong and Lance Guidry. But I don't think players think about the previous, if Charlie Strong was here, I would have came. I don't think 16, 17-year-olds think that way versus
more to Charlie though.
Yeah, they don't think that way, Coach. But
it's a relatable thing. I
would say this.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say this. When you look at Billy Napier's staff and the G5 thing, that coaching staff had success over at Louisiana. That coaching staff stuck together, and they had a story to tell all these kids. Hey, we all been together. We all coached together. Basically, when they came to Florida, it's not like Mario where he's hiring this guy from over here and that guy from over there that hasn't been around each other. We're putting together a fantasy staff that never been together. When Billy goes to Florida, he got a staff that's been together, that's worked together. That's a unit. That's a piece.
Makes sense. X, talk to us.
Yeah, okay, so it ain't that deep with Billy. It ain't that deep. He's at Florida. He's in the SEC. He's going to get kids regardless. He's at a level where, you know what I'm saying. But I can't really get into specifics with what's really going on with the recruiting. I got a phone call this morning about X. You can't do something.
No, and don't do that. My thing is this.
But the one thing I'm going to say is. We whipped on some big names that last year we figured, okay, well, we got the number 8 recruiting class. Oh, well, shit, this year we gonna get the number 1 recruiting class. I mean, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I will say is last year Miami was on top of the NIL.
Right.
This year, everybody is at the same level now because they done figured out, okay, well, this is what Miami doing. So all we gotta do is do this. Hold on. All we gotta do is
hold on, Groove. Go ahead.
All they saying is, okay, so now we figured out how we can run this NIL era where we won't get in trouble. So now everybody's playing on an equal level field. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like, okay, well, you got the undertable stuff. Once it became legal, everybody was like, well, shit, we don't know how legal can we get. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But once Miami showed them the legal way, it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at this point, it's like, man, who's going to do what they got to do to get certain people? That's
gotcha.
Groove. Is he really a recruiter then, if that's the case? Because
he's a good recruiter.
Hold on, but this is the thing. I always had my caution with this Mario such this elite recruiter because look at it. He was at Alabama. Recruiting. It's not hard to recruit at Alabama.
So that's the only time you know. That's the only time you know Coach Mario at Alabama, right?
Let me land my plane because I can go back to FIU because he only got one kid, and that kid wanted to stay at the house anyway.
Okay, so you don't add the 4 years he was at UM.
Okay, but what did he do at UM?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna call him that's my dog. I'm not gonna call his name, but that's the same thing your dog was doing,
bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Is he really that much of a great recruiter? If you really if you really go back and do your background check, he's been at places that have a lot of money and he's easily to recruit. Alabama, since he left, has Alabama online recruiting went down? Have a receiver recruiting went down?
No.
So what did he really do?
But he goes to Oregon. He becomes instantly the best recruiter ever at Oregon.
Okay. So
at Oregon,
who else did he have to go against?
He won with other players at Oregon.
He went and recruited a top 5.
But he won with other people's player at Oregon.
He said recruited. I'm not talking about one. He said recruited a top 5 team.
What I'm saying is,
name me one other top school in the Pac-12 that he had to recruit.
I mean, I'm saying nationally, not.
All right, so here we go. So hold on. Let me go through this. So because I want to kind of break this down. So Groove, you actually have some valid points, but here's why I give some pushback. The Alabama piece I can agree with. Alabama in essence kind of recruits itself. The system is there, it's in place. He goes in and he puts gas on a fire that's already an inferno. Right? I mean, the recruiting is there. He goes in with his, hey man, you got to blah blah blah. And he adds to that, so it's easy. That's easy. Get it. But I have to say, when you're going to Oregon, right? You take over a team from Willie Taggart, right? I think he took over from Willie Taggart. It wasn't all but he still ended up landing like the number 1 player in Justin Flo. Now we're not talking about what they end up doing. We're talking about what they were coming out of high school. I'm not getting into what they did as they got there and what they became. And I do have to say this, recruiting is different. It's not a regional thing anymore. I have to be very honest. Yes, who does he recruit against? Now, if this was early 2000s, 90s, where you're saying, okay, West Coast teams only got West Coast guys, down south only. Man, it's national recruiting across the board now at this point, right? We see guys coming from here, going there. We see guys coming from here, coming here. So there's some push. And you have to remember, not just us, but the guys out of Texas, Oklahoma's, those schools get a lot of West Coast influence as well. Have to be very honest. So I have to get, and I guess I'm being biased too. I seen the dude go to work. I worked with him, so I seen him.
Coach, look, Mario, he works hard. And I'm gonna say this. Yeah. This year, 2024 class, yes. Am I disappointed? We missed on some big names. But at the end of the day, man, from what I know, Mario and most of the staff I know, I think Gildry and Dawson are probably the only two I have never met prior to them coming here. I've known about Dawson for years. I just never met him. I know about Gildry for like 2 years, never met him. Everybody else I've met personally. Mm-hmm. I know how they work. I know how Mario works. And coach is a tester. He'll tell you, Mario works.
No, he's working now. That's right. He's working. But I'll say this. Here's the thing, X, I want to say to kind of push this deal on. The one thing no one has said yet, at the end of the day, because you are the head coach, it still falls in his lap. The reason those players didn't come here, it has really nothing to do with their recruiting problem. It has to do with, I believe, my personal opinion, the overall record. How do I, as a 5-star, walk into a school that lost to a Middle Tennessee State? I'm just calling this space. If I'm Jeremiah Smith, I'm the number 1 receiver in the country, number 2 receiver in the country, whatever you want to call it. And I have a school like Ohio State who showcases wide receivers, who year in and year out. At the end of the day, I have to look at last year's performance and say, okay, this is no knock to any player, but we call them what it is visually. You got a quarterback coming back that was kind of iffy, right? Even though I may not ever play with him because I'm only a junior in high school, about to be a senior. But then you hear the rumblings about, is Curry the man? Can Emory be the man? When you consistently see other schools doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So when it's my turn to come in, by the time I play, if I'm a 24 kid and I come in by year 25, 26, we're at the peak of my career, I already know that machine is running. And I think at the end of the day, it's still Coach Cristobal's responsibility and his accountability and his fault. But when you lose to a Middle Tennessee, when you had to win against Virginia with a 2-point conversion, a not very good Virginia team, when you get beat up by Duke, when Florida State come in your house and kick your teeth down your throat and they're recruiting the same players you're recruiting, that's a hard sell to anybody. I don't care if you're a great recruiter or not. That's a hard sell. But it does fall back in Coach Cristobal's lap because that was his team. It's not like he walked in to that. So that's why I wanted to say that. Go ahead, Groove.
Okay. So everybody keep
somebody, hold on. Somebody's audio.
I see you talk about Oregon, right? So my thing is this: people keep acting like Oregon didn't make it to 2 national championships, 5 within a 5-year period before Mario got it.
What is that?
Not 2 now.
Yes, they did.
I don't know what that gurgling is.
They made it twice. Chip Kelly played Cam Newton. And then you got to think the guy that took over for Chip beat Jameis Winston in the playoff, the first ever playoff. They beat him in the playoff. They lost to Ohio State in the playoff in the championship. The same year that Ohio State beat Alabama. They made it to the national championship
All
twice.
participants are muted.
They made it twice. Okay. So y'all talk about, everybody want to bring up, oh, look at this great class that Mario did, the best class that they ever had, right? So it boils down to his coaching ability. So if he's had the best record, the best recruiting classes that's ever been at Oregon, and he ain't even sniffed the playoffs, what does that say to him as a coach? That's what I keep trying to get you guys to see. Y'all only looking at the aspect of recruiting when it comes to Mario and not the on-field results. Y'all talk.
Hold on.
How many years was he at Oregon?
No.
Hold on, X. Hold
He was at
on,
Oregon
X.
5 years. 45
X,
years.
X, X. Hold on, X. I'm gonna say this.
Actually, 6 years, actually.
Hold on, Groove. To your point, yes, but that's two separate questions. Recruiting and development are two different things, right? Recruiting is recruiting. Now, once he gets them on campus, does he develop them? That's kind of what I said about the Justin Flows and everybody else. I get where he's coming from, but we're talking about recruiter.
But it was a package with Mario, fellas. Let's not overlook that it was a package deal, right? We hired him because he was winning at Oregon, number one, and for this high level of recruiting. That's what when we had this conversation years ago, when we had Manny there and the buzz was going around, that was the big thing. We spoke about this, coach, and that's why he gets kind of dinged, because he's supposed to be the guru of recruiting and the guru of winning. And so his resume sits like this. He's a great recruiter, supposedly, and he wins a lot of games. Now he comes to Miami, and none of those are really, really panning out. So we have to question what's going on. That's where we are right now. And so, I mean, you have to listen to what Groove is saying. Like, that's why
I hear what he's saying. But I just want to make sure that we no, I heard it, and he's right. It got to go hand in glove. Yes. But I also want to make sure that we understand there is a hand and there is a glove, right? Like in the sense of there are plenty of people who are great recruiters, but may not develop guys, right? I know plenty of coaches that are not X and O dudes, but they could talk any dude to come play for them. I know a lot of guys. Hold on. And I know a lot of guys who are X and O gurus, but can't recruit to save their life. You know what I mean? I think like a Dan Mullen, for example.
I got a quick question too. We all see how recruiting is going right now for the 2024 class. My question is, how many of those relationships in this 2024 class was developed by DVD? And when he left, how many of those relationships dropped off?
I mean, I'll put it out there. The only relationship that mattered are the Chaminade kids. Other than that, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What are you saying? Because Mario isn't just saying, let me focus on South Florida. Mario's like, I got to recruit nationwide.
But how many of those relationships was DVD the main one?
Mario was recruiting them same kids when he was at Oregon. Like y'all said, he was recruiting them same kids. Yeah, DVD was the premier recruiter for JoJo. JoJo's committed to Miami right now. DVD was the other primary recruiter for, I think, Zaquan Patterson. I think early on. But then a die kind of took over. Other than that, it's like
trash.
Again, like I said, I'm not going to get into detail with that, but I'm gonna be truthful. I spoke with a whole bunch of recruits like 2 weeks about what Miami got going on. One thing they say, they like, yeah, look, we got no problem with Miami. Miami just got to show us what they got on the field, and that's it. I mean,
that's it. Well, okay, but X, you said earlier that Mario is a so what makes you think you're gonna win? That's all I want to know. What makes you think he's gonna win?
Listen, Groove. I've been to practice. One thing I can say is the energy and what they got going on has not been like this.
But X,
for a long time. No. I never said that.
Hold on, Groove. You ask him a question. You gotta let him talk now, Groove. You ask him a question.
I never said that last year. Because I never said that last year because for once, the first week of practice, when I seen that guy who's not here no more, I was like, boy, we fucked because that guy. I never said it was great energy. Groove. I never said. I mean. My soldiers online. All my soldiers online.
Come on, man.
All my soldiers online at football field. You go on YouTube. I never said I liked that guy. I was the first person that said
no. TJ Groove was the first person to say that Gilgit was not Gilgit, but Gaddis was trash.
I was the first one. When he got
here, you know what? Hold up. Y'all argue. Hold up. Y'all argue like Laverne and Shirley, man.
That's my guy, though, man.
This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna do this right here because I haven't done it.
Mid-season too. We gotta do a mid-season one.
Man, y'all got my head hurting. This is what I'm gonna do right here. All right, it's 9:45. I'm gonna go ahead. If y'all more than welcome, man, to stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. It's 440 people, 48 people in the building. I thank y'all so much. I popped the number up. I know it's a little small, but you can see it. If you're a real fan, you've been here for a while. Let me go ahead and put on the ticket at the bottom. Start building up the queue. I'll take a few questions if you want, but I do got to give love to people who did give love on the show. So y'all go ahead and give me a second here quickly. Right here, quick, big shout out to all the new members in the building, man. Came for Life 75 became a member. The Juice. Right here, the Juice became a member. LNV in the building is a member. Bullyville is a member. Kevin Brooks is a member. Insane DW has become a member. Chris Robinson, really appreciate you so much for the $4.99. FSU on the check-in to watch Kane on Kane Crime. Let's go Nose. And slap yourself. That crap out of here, man. Y'all do it all day, every day. Y'all want to find y'all even had a whole thing talking about fire Mike Norvell. Anyway, let me go ahead and get these next ones out the way. 863 Kane. I'm glad he became a member because he is a loser when it comes to that fantasy. I just drafted the best fantasy team of all time. Make sure y'all catch out the live draft on Wednesday. CW, thank you for the $5. Mario, the alleged elite recruiter, is suddenly ceding all recruiting evals to Zoe. Fake news. All right, appreciate you for the $5. Well, we got the phone line jumping back here in the back.
Follow
all right,
me. Make sure y'all subscribe to me and my guy A Black on Storm Warning.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give all y'all shout outs. Base Jaren, $2. Man, he got shut out by La Tech debate over. Man, y'all been dropping them in here. Base Jaren again, $5. The 15 ranked class is considered downhill now. That speaks volume. Well, y'all tough. Well, Base, you might well just get one big old check. And Groove, he won 2 conference titles. Stop capping.
What the?
Hold up.
Okay,
Hold up. Swole up. All right, hold up. And I just saw somebody. Oh, here we go. D Rob 305 for $2. Cristobal got the Alabama pipeline in the South Florida. I ain't gonna lie, D Rob, I had to dispute that.
That ain't true. I know the guy who got that pipeline going.
Listen, can I tell you this? Can I tell y'all something? Nick Saban been coming down here since the 90s.
Since the 90s.
When it came to a running back out of Miami High named Cedric Irvin.
Hey, but Coach, you already know about Derek Cruder. Gotta give him a dog some. Gotta give him a dog some good energy. That was the pipeline right there.
Yeah, after he got but the pipeline. But you have to remember, it wasn't an Alabama pipeline more than it was a Nick Saban pipeline.
My bad.
No, it was a Nick Saban pipeline. Nick Saban. You know how many guys was on that Michigan State team? See, people forget about Michigan State.
Yeah, it was like 4. I think it was like 4 of them that came from down here. It was Cedric Irvin.
After that, listen.
I forget what's his name. The other one played running back who went up there.
Bro, you had him. You got a safety that came from New Orleans, Robert Flagg. You know Flagg.
Yeah, Flagg.
Flagg went up there. The defensive end.
Flagg was.
Robert Flagg went to Michigan State. He the one who hit the dude in Michigan.
No, because I was thinking Nick Saban had already went to LSU by that time. Okay, no, yeah.
No, he had left. That was the pipeline, and yes, he ended up playing for Bobby Williams.
Bobby Williams, yeah.
He ended up playing for Bobby Williams, but Nick Saban, that pipeline been down here for a long time.
Coley, your boy Coley, y'all took all them boys to LSU.
Then they go to LSU, right? Terrell McGill and Dwayne Bowe, all them dudes.
Yeah. What's the name from Central? What the receiver name from Central?
Ali Highsmith.
Yeah, all them guys, yeah.
And then he goes to Miami Dolphins. What does he do? He invites the high school coaches to come hang out with the Dolphins because it's not a recruiting violation. So he keeps the relationship alive. Then he goes to Alabama. He's already got his claws in South Florida since the 90s, dog.
Yeah.
Since the 90s. So he just happened to be at Alabama. If that dude would have went to Cincinnati, it would have been a Cincinnati pipeline. Like, it was a Nick Saban pipeline more than it was a school pipeline. I just want people to truly understand that. But I got quite a few people back here in the back, man. I'm going to let them call in, just ask a few questions or whatever and make it happen, man.
Look, Groove, I'm 100% with you, man. I see we gotta win 10 games. We gotta win 10 or plus games. I'm not with this 8. I mean, I was just going off of what I see. But we got to win 10 games. You know what I'm saying? We got to win 10 games. That's it. Like,
if you see 8 wins, bro, and I see 7, that lets me know that
we don't have the depth. We don't have the depth. Like, you can say we got the talent and all this, but we just ain't got it just yet.
That's Mario's fault. You have.
No. That's not. It's not his fault because we Groove. Again, like I stated, you gotta have 60. You gotta have damn near 60 to 70.
So what happened to this purge? What's up with this purge? Everybody was talking.
So Groove.
You gotta think about it like this, Groove. We could purge all these players off the team, but there's got to be somebody to replace them. And if they ain't that great,
like Colorado, who
says they're not good?
A lot of those players in the portal ain't that good.
You need Groove.
What about the guys we got in the portal then? So they
Groove. Okay, so you got them. Again, like I say, okay. So let me ask you this.
A lot of guys we got that went in the eye portal.
So let me ask you this, Groove.
So Jalen Knight not good?
No. Okay, no. Let me ask you this. How many players do you need on the team to have a fully depth team to compete on the highest level in college football?
You only get 85 scholarships, so I say you need at least 65 to 70.
So goddamn, you think we got 65, 70 players that compete on a high level?
We had over 55% blue chip ratio. Here we go with the blue chip ratio.
Most of those players that goes into the transfer portal, they're not coming to a school. Most of them don't want to come to a school to commit to compete. They want to go to a school where they can start right away.
Hold on, I got a question. Hold on. You know, Groove, I'm finna get you now. Now, Groove, in your battle, now we were talking about stars and still down the third. Now you're gonna use the blue chip ratio as an arguing point. Now, Groove.
I said that matters. Stars matter. There's a reason why they find stars. My argument was why isn't it been taught? Because he was saying, oh, we got 3 stars and we developing guys. So why you didn't develop the 3 stars that we have? You know, good coaches develop. Good coaches.
But Groove. Can I say this? I'm gonna say this in defense, and I gotta push on. Y'all had y'all debate. I'm gonna get some of these callers in here. The 5-7 record, as everybody know, no excuse, terrible. Need to be whooped. Need to get a butt whooping. But I think what you're saying, and I don't mean this to be really, I don't mean this to take a shot, but this is a great comparison. If we purge everybody like you're talking about, we'll beat Colorado. We will be the new Colorado, and we will only be forcing to get guys that's sitting in the portal. And to E. Brown's point, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, but it's what it is. If guys are sitting in the portal longer than 3 or 4 days, meaning they get in the portal and they don't have anywhere to go, what is their true like? I'm trying not to say it because I don't want to sound derogatory to these players. But what do they really bring to the table that a guy been sitting in the portal for 6 months?
Who in the portal for 6 months for Miami?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's my point is the guys that left, they got picked up quick. You got guys talking about John Campbell was trash, and he's the starting left tackle.
Don't act like all our guys who left got picked up by Power 5 schools. Okay, John Campbell.
They got picked up by
the guy that you mentioned earlier, Jake Garcia. He's third string.
But he still got picked up.
Okay, so let's you happy for me third string.
Hold on, Groove. But Groove. Just because he got picked up at another school, that doesn't mean it worked out here for him. We see that. Hold on, we see that all the time, right? We just saw Bubba Bolden. I'm not Bubba Bolden. What's the defensive end? That got hurt. The light skinned dude, cat, and it worked out for. I skip his name. Jaden Phillips. I'm just saying. You look at Tyreek Stevenson's a perfect example. Tyreek Stevenson comes to Miami, so one man's trash is another man's treasure. Just because they leave here and go to another program doesn't always mean that those kids can't play or they're not good players. It may not right now. It's not a right fit for here. And I know, but what I'm saying is that's why sometimes you got to trim the fat. You got to let those guys go. That doesn't mean they're not good players and they didn't last long. And that also doesn't mean that when they leave our program, they're going to go to another program and flourish. I.e., I'll take a kid like a Jai Hall. A Jai Hall comes from Tampa. He goes to Alabama. Nick Saban say no, thank you. He goes to Texas. They say no, thank you. He's a very athletic dude, but he's an ish head. And so if he's that kind of guy, those guys tear your program up. So to Mario Cristobal's defense, what I'm saying is there is a purge that happens. Yes, I don't know. We're all speculating because we're not in those rooms. We don't see each and everything. Even when we got people that call us on the back end and truly say, hey, man, player such and such, he got put out because he like to do such and such and such and such. That's still secondhand information. That's still secondhand because they may be feeding us what they want us to say about a Jet instead of what truly happened. So that's why, and I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, some guys can't fit that pressure. For example, I'm only saying this about John Campbell. John Campbell may not have liked the pressure that Cristobal put on him. Maybe he can go to Tennessee and be lax and still be good. I've been in programs where I've seen coaches that it works. I've been in that program and it doesn't work. I've seen coaches, like they say, players coach. He laughing, having fun with their players, and this, that, and other, and they win state championships. I've seen coaches that do that same thing, and they don't win no games. It's such a chemistry experiment when it comes to 105 different minds, 25 people on your coaching staff, all of these different philosophies, schemes, personalities. It's never a perfect match. And I have to say this, abysmal first year, 5-7. No excuse whatsoever. I would tell Coach Cristobal that to his face.
I mean, Coach Cristobal.
He'll tell me that too. But the whole each and everything, it's always hard because you see coaches like Coach Ed Ogeron. Everybody putting these lists out, the top 5 best college teams. He always in number 1 or 2, that 2019. And now this dude can't coach anymore. He's out of
been on both of the greatest teams ever. He's been on the 19 and 87.
But hear what I'm saying. This dude is out of coaching already in 3 years. Out of coaching. Let's go back to Butch Davis. Everybody, Butch Davis. Okay. You go to FIU, you're getting spanked. He ain't do what Lane Kiffin did. At FAU, same level. I'm just saying, so he forgot to go. It's so many different variables in this game, guys. And I'm not trying to make excuses for Cristobal. I'm just talking coaching. It's a hard gig. You got the right guys. And I have to say this to Coach Cristobal's point. To say, think about this. What if Coach Cristobal has a Charlie Strong and he passes on Charlie Strong? We'll eat him alive. He passes on. We can say what we want to say about Josh Gaddis, but before the hiring process, we pass on the Bolitnik. What is the thing called? The Broyles Award winner. We pass on the Broyles Award winner, and he messed around to get the job at Maryland, and they win 10 games. And we pick up, I'm going to just say Shannon Dawson just for argument's sake. Yeah. And we go 5-7.
Now we like
Coach Cristobal. How in the world can Coach Cristobal pass up on the Broyles Award winner? Yeah, he's an idiot. But he takes that chance. It didn't work. It happens.
It didn't work. Yeah,
it happens.
It happens.
It's not the fact, but just the thing, it's not the fact of it not working. Okay, we understand shit don't work, but it's the fact that you waited 7 months, almost 7 months to fire the guy. When you know you weren't gonna keep him. Okay, if we don't work, cool. Get rid of him quick and get somebody in here faster. That's the issue.
Now listen, I can't agree with that.
I agree.
But listen, let me tell you.
Taking risks is about when you sense an issue, getting rid of that issue swiftly.
I agree.
Because, like you said, Rooster thought that he was going to. He still was there.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. But let me hold on. Let me reboot that. But Groove, in business, you know what I'm saying. You know it's always about money. You know what I'm saying. So it was like if we had fired him earlier than we did, we'd have to pay him a lot more money than we did. You know what I'm saying? So it's not supposed to be.
But it's still business, though. It's still business.
It's business. You know what I'm saying? So you know, as a business aspect, you're looking at it like, well, if we could kind of prolong it another 2 months, and then we don't have to pay him such and such. Okay,
and Groove. And Groove.
It's not right.
Hold on, Groove. And I'll say this. Hold on. I'll say I don't know what happened. It was messing up. It's business too. How do we know that Coach Cristobal was saying, "Hey, I want to get him out," and maybe Radakovich came and said, "Well, nah, look here, man. The business side say, hey, man, in 6 months we're willing to do this, board of trustees or whatever." We don't know. That's what I'm saying. And I tell people like this: it's all business. You want to get divorced from your wife, right? But by Christmas, instead of you giving a half, you only got to give her 10%. I bet your behind stay married till Christmas. I bet that. But
I think Radakovich gave him free range to do what he pleased with.
But how much money?
It's still money, though, bro. It's still money.
But that's the thing, though. So it ain't even about the firing; it's about the hiring too. It took him a long time to even hire guys.
I agree with that. Listen, we going in circles. Groove, I agree with that. We going in circles. Let me get these callers in. Listen, let me lock this right here. I'm only taking these 4 calls, and I'm getting out of here. I got a lot to do.
Yes, sir.
These doggone school systems already testing these kids. We've been in school 6 days, and they testing kids already. Somebody, matter of fact, slap the whole school system. Anyway, first caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready, Ms. Wilcox. Go for it. I don't have your intro on this screen. I'm sorry. Give it to him, Ms. Wilcox, especially that dude named Groove.
I ain't trying to give Groove nothing. He's going to get his money. But at the end of the day, y'all sitting up there, yada, 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 cheese and change. He fucked up. Miami fucked up. The change should have came and fired the coach before. Because you putting Alabama to Alabama, you won't be Alabama. You can't be Alabama when you Miami. Nick Saban couldn't teach grown-ass men. He can control young men and stack them and collect them. Ain't nothing y'all can do. Mario's went along when the FBI came and knocked Miami upside the head and told him, you got to wait. And he fired the black coach. When the FBI come in on you, nobody, parents want to be bothered with you until the truth come out. Yeah. But at that time, everything is shook. Nobody want to come. Mario with Alabama. And then you all hollered, the defense coach needs to be the coach. Well, you lied to your damn self. Wake up. You all drank the Kool-Aid knowing that he was not ready neither because he needed to go off and play for a small college. And Mario was right there when you had some handy men ready to play. Well, go back to the school who got the money, trying to hold on to the bread, because what? You had other coaches and other people from other universities, right along with that woman who wore skirts, but I always wanted a woman. She was all about education. She was not about football.
You talking about Donna Shalala?
You know who I'm talking about, Donna. Donna let you know. She wasn't about football. Get me anybody over here. Because we're number 6 in the nation of education. See, we ain't got to do the rest. But she forgot the best got her up was the football team. That brought the money, and every parent won a part of it. Okay? So everybody hated you. So much hate because what? They couldn't get there. Miami had a certain look, a certain means, and they didn't have to go outside their pipeline. It's right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So here it is. Alabama don't play nobody. Stack them. It's easy. But he gonna still control you. But ain't none of them say, we're 17 in the first round. He can say that, hey, I won. But ain't got too many to go to the Pro Bowl or be selected in the Hall of Fame. But at this time, Forget about yesterday's shit. 5-7 and ride with the coach tonight. Because guess what? 1 year, fuck up, slip up, move up, and I'm out.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me, I need y'all to calm down. Excuse me, Groove. X. I just need y'all to wave and just say bye, Miss Wilcox.
Bye, Miss Wilcox. You dropping them gems.
Hey, Coach, she kind of almost gave one of those halftime speeches that we need to go out there and kick some ass. I like that speech at the end.
Miss Wilcox, I must say this. Tisk, tisk, tisk on you, Miss Wilcox. That mouth of yours. But I ain't gonna lie, I really enjoyed it, Miss Wilcox. I like it when you bring that funk, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, let's go to get to our next caller. Everybody who's been trying to call in, I apologize. It is locked right now. It is done. Coach got to get up out of here. We're gonna be almost 2 hours. Daryl Page in the back. Talk to us, man. What's up with you, baby?
What it do, Coach Hayes, man? What it do, man? All I'm going to say is Coach Mario does develop. He's known for developing offensive linemen. That is his specialty, offensive linemen. And we ain't had offensive linemen looking at this size in years. I don't know how many years we don't have offensive linemen this big, this size, ready to play. Got freshmen coming out there ready to play. But actually, we got multiple freshmen coming in that could play. From cornerback to D lineman to offensive lineman. And then he's bringing back competition in every single position that's out there on the field. The only one we might look suspect in depth is center that I can really think of. And the man can recruit his butt off. Other coaches come from schools that got money and they still ain't recruiting top 5, top 10 classes. But all I realize is that Manny is Drew's biggest fan.
I love it. Well, listen, Paige, I'm going to say this. I'm going to get up off. I got one more. I got my man LJ in the back. I see him back there.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Dog, I was trying to get out of here. I knew Drew wasn't going to let it go. Go ahead, man.
Let me ask you a question. How many offensive linemen Mario had drafted at Oregon?
You say what, Groove?
How many offensive linemen he had drafted at Oregon?
How many offensive linemen he had drafted at Oregon? I couldn't tell you that. Do you know that number? I can't tell you that number. I'm pretty sure he got some drafted.
Huh?
You say what?
In how many years?
Well, how about this? This is a better question. What was Oregon? No. This is a better question. What has Oregon's offensive line been rated when he was there? What had they fall in the 160 schools?
Hold on, hey, hold on. On the real. Y'all can't talk over each other. It's a computer. It can't figure it out. It ain't human, dog. It's a bunch of motherboard and some chips and solder. So y'all got to talk one at a time. All right. So he asked. No. I'm just saying, both of y'all. If you ask a question, whoever, you got to let somebody answer, and then you got to go back and forth like that. You can't. We ain't really in the barbershop. We in the digital barbershop. All right, go ahead. Now don't nobody want to talk.
I'm waiting on him. So
go ahead, Groove. What you saying? What do you think?
How many offensive linemen did he have drafted when he his time at Oregon?
That really don't matter. We talking about what he did in his college career. Like even if what was they rated when he was there as a group? Yeah. What did they fall under? What did they finish each year that he was there? That's what tells you how he developed his offensive line. That'll let you know. If he was in the bottom half of every school, then that's bad. But if he's in the top 20 to 30, that's pretty good for a team on the offensive line. I will say that. But I don't know how many he got drafted.
He had 3
All right,
drafts, bro.
Okay, apparently
you brought up the fact that he was a developer. So I'm thinking that he had like 7 guys drafted his 4 years at Oregon. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, y'all keep breaking these methodical stats and y'all putting this methodical label on this guy when he only had 1 first rounder. He only had 1. He had a first rounder. Let me read it off. He had one first rounder.
Go ahead.
He had a first rounder. Boom. What else he had? Oh, he didn't have one drafted in 21. In 2020, he had.
Hey, Coach Hayes, but as Groove,
trying to get off here.
As Groove the guy that he likes, the guy that he loves.
He had a
Did he ever get a linebacker draft?
When was the last time Miami had the number 1 rated offensive tackle in a recruiting class? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If the man can't recruit.
I mean, they had the number 1 safety, and they had the number 1. They had
Groov, right? Yeah. How many did Mario develop? Okay, I think it was 3 at Oregon.
He had the first round, the 5th round.
I mean, I don't know if we want to count Bama. I don't know if we want to count FIU or whatever.
Let me ask you this real quick. Let's talk Miami. He ends up with Francis Mawagoa. He ends up with Pancake Honcho. Yeah. He ends up with Tommy Kinsler. I mean, bro, like
don't forget he got Javion Cohen, he got Matt Lee, who both was at number 1 in the portal at their position.
And I think those guys are going to be good. I think they're going to be good players.
All right, well, let me do this because listen, y'all literally got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I still got to get LJ on the line.
I'm gonna let somebody get on. Coach.
Yeah, it's only one more.
Coach. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all thing, man. I'm gonna keep watching.
Appreciate
love
you, dog.
Always, my guy.
Always
all
love
about you.
Always love. Appreciate you, DLP. All right, LJ on here, man. This was one of your first opponents, my brother. LJ in the building. Talk to me, man.
What's up, LJ?
What's up, boy? You already know what it is, Groov.
What's up?
I was the first opponent, but I'm gonna just say some things. You know what I'm saying? First off, Mario Cristobal can recruit. That's number 1. He can recruit. I ain't saying he could coach or develop. I'm saying he can recruit. Those are facts right there. I ain't got to debate that with you. Number 2, I gotta go at Big Groov for saying this blasphemous stuff, talking about Kevin Steele and Charlie Strong was some of the best Miami coaches in the last whatever, bro. I need some of that stuff that you smoking. Please let me buy some, because that was blasphemous right there. Number 3,
they record says it all.
It said that we only have 35 players any given Saturday to play. I think this year we're gonna prove that we got about 50. I think we got about 50 because we is 3 deep at every position on the team currently right now. Even though we got to show that in place, but we are 3-4 deep per position. So I think that
I'm just keeping it up.
All our scholarships back from the sanctions, since we got our full, we've been coming up these last couple years. And with Mario, I think we about at 50 players. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
All the way to where Alabama.
I mean, I've seen it with my eyes. I see it with my eyes. I'll be out there, but I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you we 50 deep. I don't know. They got to show it on the field on Saturday. That's it. You know what I'm saying? On practice, everybody can show you something, but in game day is different. So to say we have 50, it's kind of pushing it. You know what I'm saying? So
I think we got about 50, whatever. Like, I think we got about 50.
We got some good players, and I seen somebody in the chat say Matt Lee was the number 1 center in the portal in this position. I don't know why y'all don't. I mean, it's documented.
He was the number 1 consistent center in Mario Cristobal is not only a good recruiter, but he also won the transfer portal recruiting sweepstakes or whatever you want to call it. He won that too. So he not only did.
He didn't win it, but he did good. He didn't win it.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna say in conclusion. LJ, as always, I appreciate you, dog. I'm finna get up off field, man. Thank you so much. I got a long day tomorrow.
Hey, Coach, can I promote my little shirt right quick?
Yeah, but hold on. If y'all let me get to it, I'm gonna get everybody they love it, but I'm just trying to get the dude off. But LJ, I love you, dog. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Let me get this thing off of here because I gotta get rocking. I got a long day here tomorrow with a lot of stuff.
Donna Shalala took the money. She took the money, so it's dead.
Ms. Wilcox said she wears skirts but like girls. I said, what is going on right now? She said the lady wears skirts but likes girls. I said, what? That's my lady, Ms. Wilcox. There goes my baby. Anyway, I appreciate you, LJ. Thank you, man.
No problem, man.
All right. So real quick, before everybody get a chance to pub their stuff, I do want to say this. I'll just say this right here real quick. I do want to thank both of you guys for coming on, man. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully the people did it. We are still at 350 people in the building. I'll let y'all finish out. Guys, if you want to join the team, all you got to do is hit that join button. A video will come up with this ugly mug right here telling you all about it. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun this season. We're going to do some things maybe we ain't supposed to do, but we're going to do it, if you understand me. And so with that being said, we're going to have a lot of fun, man. Go ahead and join. We did hit 34,000 subscribers. And right there, yeah, UX, X, and Streeter, I'm coming. I'm coming for y'all boys.
Hey, keep on. Hey, Coach, I want you to come. You know what I'm saying? We go.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all boys on that NOS right now. Hey, I went to look up that boy X8 gone. I say, God damn. Hey, I'm like Ja Rule. No. And what you call it, man? What that was, Fast and Furious? But anyway.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, listen, we're having a lot of fun with it, a lot of good times. I appreciate everybody. So real quick, also on the YouTube takeover, again, X, he didn't sign up like he's supposed to, but I'm waiting for X to sign up. I want to run this down right quick to you guys. Everybody who has signed up so far for the YouTube takeover, for people that don't know, that is the 8-hour show. I'm going to do it September 7th. That's for the Texas A&M game from 4 p.m. till midnight. We're going to help and celebrate the Miami Hurricanes for 8 hours straight. I got X already. I'm claiming it. X going to be there from Canesville and Streeter. I'm going to make Streeter get there too. T2Y in the building has confirmed. Locked on Canes, Alex Dunno is confirmed. You Heard is confirmed. Chalapu Batman has confirmed. I've never had a chance to speak with him, but guess what? I reached out to him, hit me right back in like 3 minutes. He jumped on. So we're going to chop it up. Miami Flow is confirmed. Storm Warning. Let me get a in the building right there. So my man Groove and A Black could be on, and Sebastian Lane right now has confirmed so far. I'm telling you, we're going to have 8 hours of craziness. And if X come in the bill, it's definitely going to be nuts. And leave with the white pants at home. Coop, I've invited Coop. I know Coop get busy. Y'all go spam Coop up and tell him to come on, set it up. I've already hit him up in the thing. I hit up the Orange Bowl boys. I hit up anybody that does Miami Hurricane YouTubing. I've sent it to them. And guess what? Go spam them up and say, Coach Hayes wants you to be on the show. Hit him on the DM on Twitter then. If y'all didn't hit it, or your favorite people name on there, go spam them up and let them know Coach Hayes looking for them. I need them to be on the show so we can support the Cane. Now,
Coach, I ain't gonna have no naked girls walking around this time, Coach. I got you. I'm gonna be professional this time.
Well, that boy had that boy had chicken wings and chicken breasts.
Hey, everybody, man, y'all still in here, man. You know, I got some new Caneville shirts popping. I'm gonna drop the link maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. New Caneville.
Show us that link. Show us that shirt. I like that one.
License plate.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop them probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Just figuring out. I'm waiting on the shirt company to let me know if they got what I need, but I'll drop it.
Where can they buy them when you're ready?
Yeah. So make sure you follow Caneville 305 on Twitter, Instagram. Follow Footballville, Twitter, Instagram. I mean, if you want to, I look. If you don't like me, don't follow my main page because I don't like people like that. So.
All
right.
Anybody else? And go ahead, Groove. Spit your stuff.
If you're on Twitter, follow me, Storm Groove. I put it in the chat. I got some wild takes. I say what I feel what I say, and I mean what I say. You know what I'm saying? Also, follow me and my boy A Black, Storm Warning. We shooting, probably shoot tomorrow or Friday. Tap in with us. You know, we're gonna have that, that good real talk. You know what I'm saying? We keep it raw and uncut on our show. You know what I'm saying? We always do it where you guys can join in and tap in with us on the StreamYard. You feel what I'm saying? But, like I said, follow me on Twitter, Storm Warning. You know what I'm saying? Follow me, Storm Groove, man. Appreciate you for having me on. And, hey, man, it was a nice battle with my brother X, man.
Always, brother, always, man. Y'all make sure when y'all come in town, any game, home game, y'all come pull up to the tailgate, man. I do some crazy things at the tailgate.
And I see a lot of you guys talking that yin yang in this chat about me. You know what I'm saying? So you will, if I'm down there, we can put the gloves on. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what you.
Oh, the glove. We gotta bring the gloves for the. You coming for Texas A&M? Because I tell you,
I'm not condoning none of. No.
I'm trying to, dog. I gotta give me a ticket to the game.
Coach Hayes, you gonna be the judge. What you talking about? No, you gonna be the judge. I'm gonna hand you a cup of cane juice.
Like I said,
you a couple of changes. I'm gonna have you some Perry wings, and guess what? You gonna sit there and judge.
Yeah, so it ain't gonna need no judging because a lot of these guys I see here talking that yin yang. You know what I'm saying? If you really feel a certain way, I'll be at the tailgate and I have a big old Storm Warning, Big Groove shirt on. So you know what I'm saying?
Why we can't talk it out, Groove? Why we can't use? Hold on. Why we can't use our verbal judo?
I'm from the west side of Birmingham. We don't talk.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow 26 Degrees. That's the other pod that I rock with. Make sure y'all follow that. They got some gear coming out too. Also, it's getting ready to take off. But again, Groove, trust me. You come to tailgate, man. These dudes don't be on none of that.
I'm coming down there for the sauce, man. The South.
Look, you gonna have fun. Look, you ain't gotta worry about nobody. Look, they don't do none of that at tailgates. I've been doing this forever. Everybody do this, yeah. And once you get there, it's like,
oh, what's up, bro?
Hey, man, what's
I
like?
found that out at the Georgia Tech game.
Y'all finish with all this violent talk. By any means necessary.
Coach Hayes, man, appreciate you, man. Shout
Coach Hayes, make sure when you get in town on
Thursday.
You go Thursday.
No, I'm not coming to the Miami game. I'm not coming to Miami, Ohio game.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying on Friday.
I'll be at the Texas A&M.
Thursday. You gonna come on Thursday?
Make it Thursday night. Oh, it had to be Friday because I'm doing a takeover on Thursday.
That's why I say you come in Friday. You call me and guess what? We going to hang out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And
guess what else? Hold on. Guess what else Coach working on? Bringing that cane juice to the Texas A&M.
Bring the cane juice, Coach.
Listen, it's gonna
be. Got a pub it, man. Go pub it.
Oh, listen. The cane juice gonna be rocking, and it's gonna be biting.
Bring it.
I want that
X. I tell people all the time, you might not make it to the third quarter.
They might not make it to second quarter halftime. Messing around with the cane juice.
Trying to tell you. So anyway, guys. With all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Much love, peace, love, and hair grease in the building. Thank y'all so much, man. We having a good time. We'll holler at you as always.
The homie, man. Get at me. You know we gotta set it up for that weekend, man. Y'all just let me know.
I'm gonna let them stay in the background and talk. Hold on, they can stay back there and talk. We having a good time. Coach, will holler at you. Peace, love. As always, go Kane. And see you at the 50 y'all. See you tomorrow. Ain't no pressure. Somebody pass me my cane juice. God dog it. Miss Wilcox out here cussing. She said the lady had a skirt that like girls. I ain't never hog tied nobody. I'm fighting for my life. Come on, Coach Cristobal. We need 10 wins. God dog it. I'm tired. I want to feel like the man when I walk through. Okay. Bye.